Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's the Alderman here to bring you the 2017 Leave It list, a carefully curated list of all the things repulsive, repugnant, and just darn right ignorant. We want to bring you a list of all the things that got up under your skin in the last 365 days, and those things to which we will say, leave it. We want those things to be left in the year of 2017 because we forbid them from being carried over into the new year. And with that said, I present to you the 2017 Leave It list. Coming in at the number 10 spot, money looms and giving schemes. 2017 was full of winners and losers, and the number 10 spot gave us both. Last year, social media was set on fire with those of us who were lacking basic math skills and thought that these notorious money looms, or giving pyramids, or as the sanctified saved people called them, blessing looms, were a way to come up with a quick way to get a quick $1,000. Yes, thousands upon thousands of dumbasses sent $100 to a PayPal account that they didn't know, in hopes of waking up in the morning and having an $800 deposit, or should I say a blessing from the loon. A few of the people at the top of the chain actually did get some cash, which was then taken away and refunded back to the original givers, but the majority of the masses found themselves being blessed with a life lesson. Don't send $100 to a stranger in hopes of some dumbasses sending you back $100, and somehow you're going to make that math up and make it work. Well, mathematically, it just doesn't work. Just like the wine groups that say, hey, buy a bottle of wine and you'll get 36 back. I'd like to know how many of you received 36 bottles of wine after sending one bottle of wine to some stranger. So we're going to leave the blessing looms, giving looms, and the wine looms, or whatever you call them, in 2017. And as we should say, leave it. Number 9, gangbanging. The truth is, gangbanging has been around for years, and it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. But what does need to go somewhere is those who are 35 or older still claiming their set. Actually, even younger than that, you should have left your set alone. So if you're filing your income taxes and you're still throwing up your set, you probably shouldn't be banging. If you were around for the original release of the Candy video, you probably shouldn't be banging. If you learned the Dewey Decimal System and actually used it in school, you're probably too old to be banging. Or if you saw the original release of the Thriller video, you probably shouldn't be banging. So gang banging over a certain age, we're going to cut that off and leave it, because there should be a cutoff limit to banging anyway, for you shouldn't be banging at all. So gang banging, we're going to leave it. Number 8, cold shoulder tops and cold thigh jeans. Each year, fashion trends often take us to a bold place we have never gone before. Last year led us on a journey into what we can only describe as the cold, introducing us to cold shoulder trends and its equally repulsive counterpart, the cold thigh jeans. Basically, I'm darn right tired of seeing ashy shoulders, cottage cheese thighs, peeping through holes of jeans and shoulders. First off, who came up with the name? Secondly, some of us have struggle shoulders with acne, ash, or other things that shouldn't even be out. Bra straps peeking through the holes. So those struggle shoulders, we're going to cover them up. And those cottage cheese thighs, we're going to cover those up too. And in 2018, we're warming up those thunder thighs and ashy shoulders, and we're leaving them right where they should be. Number 7, posting ugly food, thinking your cooking skills are the shit when your food actually looks like shit. Granted, there's nothing like the pride of cooking a fabulous meal and wanting to share it with all of your social media friends in hopes of getting lots of likes and even asked or begged for the recipe. But that's often not the case. Your blonde chicken, overcooked macaroni and cheese, and your bread on a paper plate from Winco does not need to incite a Facebook post. Until you've binge watched a couple of episodes of Rachel Ray, upgraded your plateware, and your food no longer looks like stir-fried rat shit, We want you to leave those tired plated presentations in 2017. So ugly plated food that you're bragging about that's not actually great presentation, we're going to leave it. Number 6, moving in silence. In 2017, many people posted that they were moving in silence, when actually they were loudly pronouncing they didn't know what the hell their next move was. So, if you're moving in silence, how in the hell do we know about it? A move in silence is like popping up after being gone for a couple of months and telling us, hey, you're opening up a brand new strip mall. That's moving in silence. Moving in silence is not checking in every 45 minutes, letting us know what you're doing, what you're wearing, what you're eating. That's not moving in silence at all. So in 2017, we're going to leave the moving in silence. And in 2018, we want you to shut up and actually move in silence or leave it. Number 5, career hopping. 2017 was the year of the entrepreneur. But many entrepreneurs changed their hustles like they changed their draws. From selling waist trainers, preparing taxes, selling bundles of hair, or even doing t-shirts, everyone had a hustle. Now don't get me wrong. We here at the Leave It List, we love a hustle. Get your coin. But we got to stay consistent. Find one thing that you're going to do that we know that you do well and stick with that. We're here to support you. But if you're not supporting yourself by sticking with it, how can we? So we want you to stop selling skinny teas and doing taxes because no one wants to get their taxes done at the same place they buy their hair. So we want the career hopping to cease in 2018, and we want you to find one thing, do it very well, and stick with that. And everything else, leave it. Number 4, unlicensed beauticians. With edges disappearing like payphones, hair options are popping up inside houses across America and hoods everywhere. And actually, the hair business has become everyone's business. Here is Eric Everstein with a special report. With the rising cost of hair extensions and going to the beauty salon being more costly than ever, people have taken alternative routes to getting their hair done. Unofficial, unlicensed beauticians are popping up everywhere and causing a problem of their own.
One of the reasons I started doing my hair and learning to do hair at home is because of cost. I could not afford to go to the beauty shop maybe 2 times a month, so I started learning to work with weaves and wigs very early. I've been wearing them a long time, and I mainly do my hair and my friend's hair. My edges fell out when I was about 12 because, my grandmother was perming my hair every 2 or 3 weeks because I had real coarse hair, and those Bantu perms brought out my hair. So I learned to, make my own hair pieces and wigs at school, and people started asking me to make them for them. So I don't consider myself a home beautician. I just consider myself someone who learned how to do something and doing it at, the best they can because I can't afford, the bundles and things that everyone else can.
With unlicensed hair beauticians like Watisha Evans doing hair at home, the actual professional hair business seems to be struggling. And this is probably why. They're not only losing business, but people around the country are losing their edges. This is Evan Everstein reporting live. Now back to you. So, unlicensed beauticians, as Eric said, it's not something that we need to be doing in 2018. So what we're going to do, leave it. Number 3, makeup tutorials. You can't seem to log on to social media without scrolling up seeing some makeup tutorial with some novice makeup artist with several brushes showing you products you've never heard or seen, telling you about new makeup techniques that you shouldn't be doing or that she hasn't probably even perfected yet. Though they rack up thousands of viewers each day, these makeup tutorials are the cause of one of the most repugnant trends of 2017, bad brows. Bad brows have been spotted everywhere, and I believe those to blame are those who are doing the makeup tutorials. Your eyebrows should not look like Nike swoosh signs, apostrophes, commas, or anything else. So I want you to take a look at this.
All right, first thing I want to do is I'm going to be starting with my brows first. I like to get my brows done first, so I'm going to be using the Kiss Black Brow Enthusiast. So what you're going to do is you just apply it, like so, and try not to make sure that you don't do too much. Sometimes I like my brows to look like bird wings, and sometimes I like for them to, but that's what I'm using. No, Takesha, I don't set my face first, but what I do use is I use this Shine Illuminator by Kiehl's, so I just spray a little bit on me before I start my makeup process. And what I'm going to be using for my lips is, this is by Honeybee Fly, and it's a great lip color. As you can see, it's got lots of shine to it. And I also use this by 8018. It's got like 17 colors in it. You can see that. I like that. And also I finish off with the smoke. So if you want to know anything about my products, make sure that you look into my my timeline, or you can go down in the comment section and I'll put everything I use. And when I finish my look, I found this product that I love for my lips. It's called Kermex. As you can see, this Kermex gives you a high gloss, really glossy, and you just put it on. When you put it on, you just dab on your lips just a little bit, just like so.
Number 2, cutting people off. In 2017, you couldn't log on to social media one time without hearing, hey, I'm cutting this person off. I'm cutting that person off. In 2018, I'm cutting this person off. How about you just cut it out? We don't care if you cut someone off. If you're cutting someone off every year, the chances are the person who probably needs to be cut is you. If you have a laundry list of people that you need out of your life, that means you have been acquiring people that you pretty much shouldn't have been around anyway. So, how about you cut us off from telling us that you're cutting people off? Because we pretty much had it, and we want you to do exactly this. Leave it in 2017. And for the number 1 coveted spot, the number 1 thing that we're going to, actually, the number 1 thing is something that we actually can't leave in 2017. We're probably going to be hauling it over for another 3 years. And that's the Trump administration. In 2016, we were introduced to the horror of the over-tanned orange narcissist tyrant. And with the worst political acumen of any politician in history, we were introduced to the term Russian collusion, fake news, and we left with darn right confusion. The whole administration, from Prince the Prick to stumbling Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and the one who looks like the Keebler elf, Jeff Sessions, that's him. The whole administration should be left in 2017. But since we can't leave them, we're going to leave the horrors that they have left in our mind and hope that we can carry on for another 3 years. I am the Alderman, and this has been your 2017 Leave It List. Conduct yourselves accordingly, and I will see you next year right here. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night.